And I hope that we will get that today. I think that Dr. Kaufmann and Arijana, they have organized a dialogue which will be very exciting here. And what theme would not be better than the theme of today, probing the boundaries of insight. So we shall listen to them. As I understand, they will not open this dialogue by themselves, but they have asked our curator, Lena Boetius, who is the curator for this whole project, and Lena will actually start the dialogue. So please enjoy. After the dialogue, we will have some occasion for discussions and questions and answers with our dialogue partners. But while it continues, let's just see what it gives us. Please.
So, I will put one red napkin in one of the boxes, and I will put a white napkin in the other box. And they will be given to Alice and to Bob, and none of them knows which napkin is in which box. So I will put them in front of you.
What is existence in motion? If we cannot fix the position of something with certainty without sacrificing its motion, that is life, why do we strive to fix our points of reference, fix our positions as individuals? We are rewarded for showing certainty and conviction, and even for abusing the power those petrified positions may give us. Konrad, please explain the impossibility of measuring position and momentum simultaneously.
Arijana, you are the artist. You deserve two answers. The one, just superficial technically, and the other, which goes to the origin of human creation, of physics, of positions, of momentum. And I start with the latter. We cannot think of just something alone. Being and becoming are inseparably related in our brain's way to perceive. And in the creation of physics since the beginning with, say, Aristoteles. If we now come to the very specific, today's creation of a physics for just a position in a Cartesian space and a momentum with respect to a metronomic clock, then the answer would simply be, you cannot have a position of a wave fixed at a point. This is true for my speech. This is true for this nice chamber tone A. So in a simple wave, the question were wrong to ask for a position. It has a momentum, and now in quantum mechanics we have the funny situation that the true law that Planck and Einstein first discovered has nothing to do with space and time. These come later when we put it into the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. And this is a thing that you as artists can most easily conceive, that we put in time and space later. So the impossibility of measuring position and momentum simultaneously is due to the fact that the origin of the quantum is due to a law which has nothing to do with space and time. It is the law of entropy. But if we look at it in space and time, we get a very funny result. If we did not have the artist's mind of creation, if we have the realist's mind of deduction from metronome clocks and spaces and scales, we realize since 1900 that the quantum has a dimension and a physical property which, if you force it because you want that into time and space, you come out from that same law and from that same author, Einstein, 1909, that by necessity the quantum is simultaneously a particle and a wave. So it's even more. Were it only a wave, we would understand it has no position in space. But since it's an entropy quantum, even the wave picture is wrong, and the particle picture is wrong. But it is very true if we put it later. Then we can do measurement, but we cannot have a simultaneous reality of position and momentum.
But I can see the spreading of the waves. But is it true that a particle can be in several places simultaneously? In that case, is time really irreversible? And what about our bodies? Are they a temporary mass that has been elsewhere, will be elsewhere, and maybe is elsewhere? Our mind's synaptic sparks, to stay on the particle level, might be completely unpredictable, if not conditioned to repetitive action, rewarded or punished. So can a conscious mind, based on adaptation and assimilation, truly consider uncertainty? Must it not undo itself first?
Dear Arijana, I wish to introduce to you now a very close friend of mine from Göttingen, Karl Friedrich Gauss. Before I show you that indeed a conscious mind based beyond adaptation and assimilation can truly consider uncertainty. And it can go far beyond our mysterious thinking about dead and alive Schrödinger cats and uncertainties and positions in several places simultaneously. I have one sentence before to recall that being and becoming can never be isolated in our way of thinking, and that you as an artist will have in every day creativity and the creation of worlds in your hands. So do we physicists when we discover new laws, and so does the mathematician. Carl Friedrich Gauss could not at all, neither could Euclid, neither Descartes, calculate the origin of mathematics. Calculate mathematics by mathematics is impossible. So I tell you about this conscious mind in his original words, discovering something which to this date is at the very foundation of what was written on the board, uncertainty. Just follow Karl Friedrich. There is no observation that is certain. Each observation is accompanied by errors. Not of those errors I talk, which originate from motions in the air, unstable stance of your instrument, or human errors in detection. Those could be analyzed and just calculated away from the result. We could just do as if they would not exist. I, Karl Friedrich, only consider those errors, we say today uncertainties, that by no means can be avoided. And of these uncertainties that I can never get rid of these uncertainties, I derive with mathematical sharpness exactly one law with precision. This is what a mathematical and what a human and what an artist mind, human mind, is capable. Why it became the law of least squares, why you need numbers before you do it, and that the trick, if you wish, for getting unity with no uncertainty whatsoever, that this trick was to look for an extremum, the minimum possible uncertainty. How should I look at these uncertainties? How should I combine my measurements, look in other ways, until I find the exact mathematical sharp Minimum der kleinste zu befürchtende Fehler. That was a trick. This law goes directly into the law of entropy, directly into the result of Max Planck, directly to the foundation of all statistical physics of Albert Einstein. So my answer to you is, human minds can truly and with precision consider uncertainty. And then your question becomes a very minor one. Is it true that a particle can be in several places simultaneously? Oh yes, you are the problem, not the particle. Why do you put positions first where minds beyond based on adaptation and assimilation have taught us things which opened worlds of insight?
To see is already to change. So what have you seen? Audience, Please turn to page 137 and follow the instructions for a minute. Open your eyes and please turn to page 139 and follow the instructions for a minute. All art that has worked against its solidified end is somehow entropic, not considering the natural decay of a material. Art through action. For example, the fetish has no transformative function once it's no longer in use. It is in the invoking moment it is alive. Afterwards, it becomes a dead object, no matter how it is displayed. You cannot bargain with transformative power. It cannot be collected and stored. Observation from a distance may change the scene, but the transformative takes place in matter. When did we separate the receiving power of the body from the receiving power of the mind? The full exchange cannot take place in your mind only. When moving towards entropy through action, Konrad, are you afraid of dying?
No, I prefer to avoid it.